You are now muted.
Hi, everybody. We're in a very, very exciting time with XANGO, and we're delighted to have you on this call. And at the end, you're going to want to thank the person that sent you here. But XANGO today will be celebrating its 10th birthday in November. And on the call, we have probably the key person that was instrumental in launching XANGO. November will be 10 years ago. Joe Morton has led international businesses and global expansions for several network marketing companies prior to XANGO. And if you think about one person who really makes a difference, who influences the lives of families all over the world in a positive way, it's definitely Joe Morton. Not only a sweetheart, but an incredible human being. And it was Joe's discovery of the mangosteen fruit many, many years ago that inspired the launch of our company, XANGO. And over the last 9.5 years, we have created numerous categories. But I think I'm the most excited about this newest category called FAVAO. And probably because I've experienced such a challenge with trying to get weight off and keep it off. And let me tell you guys, once you pass 60, the body changes. And you have no control over these changes. You wake up one day and the waistline that you had at one time is totally gone. And I tried everything from Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, cabbage soup, lemonade, HCG, and nothing has worked until FAVAO. I think I'm actually down 23 or 24 pounds. The lightest I've been probably in about 23 years. The negative side of all of this is that I have to go shopping again, which is something that I love to do anyway. But tonight, Ironman Joe Morton and our second guest, Jesse Allen, are going to be talking about the FAVAO line and why it's unique and why it's different than everything else out there. And if you want to live life on your terms, you need to get on these products. So without further ado, let me turn it over to one of our 6 wonderful founders, one of our favorite founders, Joe Morton. Over to you, dear.
Oh, thank you so much, Sandy. It is such a pleasure to be with you and Collie and Jesse as well on this call, and all those who have joined, and thank you for that kind introduction. Sure appreciate being able to work with you over the last 9.5 and closing in on 10 years. Being able to work with you and Ed and complete joy, and that goes for you too, Collie. Love working with you, and I too am very excited about this. We have so many wonderful products, and to hear your testimony, by the way, 23, 24 pounds, that's incredible. Congratulations, my friend. And you look great. Every time I see you, you're looking a little thinner every time and a little healthier, and it's just wonderful to see that transformation going on in your life. Sandy, congratulations. And I know you're excited about going to a little shopping and maybe getting into some of those clothes. I know you buy timeless clothes, Sandy. You have been. You're a clothes connoisseur, and everything that you buy is timeless. So I know you're excited to get into some of those outfits that you haven't been into for a few years. And you're right. These FAVAO line is incredible. The testimonials are absolutely remarkable. Whether you're looking for losing a little bit of weight, maybe getting back to getting back to that one look and feel that you had a couple years ago, or maybe a couple decades ago, or whether you're looking to have an entire, very much a lifestyle change where you're wanting to lose a lot of weight. FAVAO is it for you. I'm telling you, it's incredible. Such a well-rounded system of products, mixing well with dietary assistance and help on how to properly fuel our bodies to accomplish the weight loss and the fat burn that we're looking for, and becoming active. What does that mean? It's different for everyone, but becoming active, again, we got to get our nation active again. And also the wonderful social element of it. And don't underestimate how powerful this social element is, bringing people together and helping each other become accountable and holding each other accountable. One of the biggest testimonials that I had, in fact, over the weekend, I was doing a meeting in D.C., was a group of ladies who they call themselves the accountability partners, and it's no wonder that one of the ladies was one of our winners of the FAVAO Reset Challenge, and they did it all together, and it was so fun to see the friendships that were forged and formed over that period of time, but now they're taking it to a whole new level. And that's where I want to talk about this next product, the FAVAO Pro line. We have the other FAVAO products, the protein, the cleanse, the fiber, the metabolic, and of course the stevia. But let's talk about FAVAO Limitless, which is just what we launched. It's part of our Pro line. We will also be launching as well very shortly a electrolyte, kind of a post-workout type of a supplement as well. But this Limitless, we call it Limitless, and you'll understand why as I describe it a little bit more. The energy market is huge. Energy drinks, energy supplements, huge. People are reaching for it all day long, every day. Watch the ads out there that you'll see on TV. Look around you. Look at in it, and sadly, it's actually spilling into the teenage and younger people. I'm talking even 10-year-olds and 9-year-olds. And we are seeking for these energy drinks more and more now, and the energy market is growing rapidly. And so we wanted to offer something that we felt is safe, that we feel completely comfortable with bringing to the marketplace, and giving giving consumers a safe solution to the weight to energy. And so we call it Limitless, and I'll explain why we called it Limitless in a moment. But if you look at the ingredients, just take a look at these ingredients. Where most, if not all, energy products will just stick caffeine, straight caffeine in there. We did not want to do that. We wanted to stay away from that. We wanted to bring naturally found caffeine the natural way that Mother Nature meant for it to be buffered in the product. Okay? And in a way that's not going to cause people to have the shakes, I guess you can say, shoot them over the moon and then crash again. You know, one of the reasons why I've led to this issue, and opening myself up to a little personal story here, but as Sandy's indicated, she mentioned Ironman Joe. I've done 8 Ironmans in the past. I like to get involved in endurance sports. In fact, Jesse, you and I and my brother Dave and a big group of us are going to do something called the Tough Mudder. Oh my gosh, this one's a brute, folks. It's 12 miles off roads and trails, climbing over obstacle courses, and there's electrical wires involved, Jesse. What's that all about? And cold water, and anyways, it's crazy. But we're going to be doing that. So I like to do these endurance kind of sports. But I was training for an Ironman once. I went out for about 110 mile bike ride. It was a relatively warm day. I was tired, probably jet lagged, I'm sure. It was a couple of years ago. And I won't say the supplement names, but they're very commonly used, and I guarantee people on this call use them, and they just happen to have really high amounts of caffeine in them, straight caffeine. And I took one before, and then I took one at a stop, maybe about hour 4, and then I took another one at about hour 6 or so, and I finished off, and my heart was racing so much. I wasn't used to that because I don't really take a lot of caffeine. I'm not a big caffeine user. And then the gels that I used throughout the ride as well, some of them had caffeine in them. So I had clearly overdosed in caffeine. And I didn't know what to do. My heart was racing. Some of you may have experienced something like this. And I couldn't, oh, holy smokes, what's going on? Now, for me, my heart was racing. Somewhere still scary. This is a scary thought in and of itself, that it was actually within the normal range. But I talked to my good friend and trainer at the time, and she said, "You're an idiot. You took too much caffeine." And then I talked to my triathlon coach, and I asked him, and he said, "Yeah, you're an idiot. You took too much caffeine." And then I went into the doctor because it was on a Saturday night, and I didn't know what to do. I was on date night with my wife, and I went there, and of course they told me I was an idiot as well, in a nice way, in a doctor kind of a way. You're an idiot, you took too much caffeine. So I've been very sensitive about this, and I'm not the only one that experiences this. Lots of people do this. When you're taking these straight hits of caffeine, boy, this is scary stuff. And so we wanted to bring a natural form, and I'll tell you, this is an incredible product. The caffeine that's used in here is buffered the way Mother Nature meant it to be in the form of green tea extract. And we offer Panax ginseng as part of the energy supplement. This is a Korean ginseng. Absolutely love it. Incredible for memory, incredible for energy. Opening up the mind for me, I've had very good experiences with Panax ginseng versus Chinese ginseng or American ginseng, Siberian ginseng. I prefer this. This is one that we preferred to put in there. When we were formulating this, we chose Panax for a reason. We've used it in the past. We like the effects. We love the non-jittery effect that it brings. Very, very natural form of being able to help with energy needs. We also have in there GABA. GABA is a neurotransmitter. It's an amino acid neurotransmitter, and it has a natural effect on the central nervous system. And wow, what an amazing, really to help. Well, it's a neurotransmitter. Let's just put it that way. You could study it yourself a little bit more. This is not meant to go into lots of detail tonight on the call. Get with the person who invited you, or get with your upline and probably find out more information. But incredible, and that's why this is one of the reasons why this plus the Gacha Cola and probably the Panax ginseng as well are brain foods almost, and it helps to nutritionally support the mind and to help open up the mind and help clarity of thought, and which brings up that next ingredient, Gacha Cola, one that I used as a child growing up. Our parents used to give it to us, and they would always refer to it as a brain food. And I absolutely love Gacha Cola, and it's one that you possibly haven't heard of for a long time. It's part of Chinese traditional medicine and Ayurvedic traditional medicine. This is not something that we just pulled out of our hat and said, hey, let's just throw this in here. But we're talking thousands of years this has been used by these different cultures. Indonesia, the whole bit, and Africa, and just love this ingredient, and I've always wanted to bring it back. It's out there, you'll see it out there, but it's never really hit it super big, but I should. It is an amazing ingredient, folks. It's one that I grew up with, and it's one that I wanted to bring back to the world. I love it. So here we are. We called it Limitless because we put all these ingredients together. Coconut water as well, by the way. Coconut water is Mother Nature's electrolyte replacement, frankly. It's phenomenal. High amounts of potassium and sodium, great mixture. And we bring this product, we call it Limitless. Why? Because we were really just testing out the different ingredients. We were testing out, when you're coming up with a formulation, here, try this, and we were trying to get the right amounts of everything from Gacha Cola to coconut water to GABA and Panax ginseng and so forth, trying to get that proper formulation. And people would come back and say, whoa, and we were jokingly calling it Limitless because that's how people would take it, and it was just this opening of the mind and clarity of thought and an energy, not like an energy drink that you would experience and that you've experienced in the past where it shoots you up with those super high amounts of sugar or high amounts of caffeine. It's more of a gentle, just a really wonderful feeling. And we would have people asking for more and more, and they would jokingly calling it Limitless. And so we decided that name's going to stick, folks. And so here we are, FAVAO Pro Limitless. And as Kali mentioned, we have coming very soon, within the next month or so, within the same Pro line, a recovery drink, branched chain amino acids, glutamine, coconut water as well. This is mangosteen. This is going to be a great recovery drink, but also, frankly, it's a great just as an electrolyte replacement, frankly, and one that a lot of those who are heavily into exercising will reach for glutamine afterwards. They'll reach for branched chain amino acids, and I'll let Jesse. Jesse's much more talented to be able to talk about this than I am. I mean, I shouldn't even be talking about this with Jesse on the phone. He's the expert, but people do reach for this. This is important, and it's part of the recovery process. But I'll tell you, interestingly, this industry is out there reaching for electrolyte replacements just as a recreational drink, and they have high amounts of artificial sweeteners, artificial colors, and high fructose corn syrup, and it just pains me to think that people are reaching to this as a recreational drink. We're saying no more. We're saying no more. FAVAO Pro, go for it, folks. If you're looking for a natural form of energy, Limitless is the one. If you're looking for a good recovery drink or electrolyte drink, man, our recovery product, the Pro Recovery that's coming out soon, is the one. So with that, I think I'll turn it over to Collie, who's going to, I think, introduce Jesse. Thanks for having me on the call.
Thank you so much, Joe. And actually, it's Sandy that's going to, but I really want to say thank you so much for not just your time this evening on both of our webinars, but for this amazing product and, of course, the amazing company that makes it all possible. Joe, you've been limitless. It seems like you were born limitless, but for the rest of us, thank you for providing a product that can help us feel the way that you feel all the time. So thank you, Joe.
Thanks, Collie. Thanks for having me on.
You're welcome.
And now it's my turn to introduce another superstar, part of the XANGO family, Jesse Allen. And Jesse's an incredible young man. If you've ever had the chance to listen to him, or better, see him in action, he's certified personal trainer with the American Council on Exercise, which happens to be the largest certifying body for fitness professionals in the entire world, not just in the United States. But he has also spent over a decade in the nutritional supplement industry, which I think sets Jesse apart from all the other trainers that I have met. Somebody's breathing pretty heavy, so that if you could mute yourself out, that would be terrific, because we are recording this. Now, what I found out about Jesse just a couple months ago that I did not know, Jesse actually manages a multi-million-dollar medically supervised weight loss program facility in Utah, and helps somewhere between 25 and 30 clients a month in a semi-controlled environment that charges thousands of dollars a week. And we get him as part of our XANGO family. So we are just delighted, Jesse. And I know time is running short, and I want you to give your input to now this whole additional line for FAVAO, not only on Limitless, but what's coming with recovery. And, you know, people like myself who are, you know, old enough to be your mother, and why I'm experiencing such great results with it, and why we need it. And if you could talk more about this electrolyte balance, because I remember my mother being very, very ill as she was aging, and that was one of the concerns that the physicians had, was keeping her electrolytes in balance. So I'm assuming that applies to whether you're young or you're old. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Jesse, and then when you're done, you can turn it back to Collie. And thanks again for spending some time with us this evening out of your very, very busy schedule.
Well, Sandy, I appreciate it, and I appreciate the opportunity to be a part of the call. It's always fun, and it's always fun to be on calls with Joe. I had this opportunity last week as well, and now today, and I love to hear from Joe and what he has to say, and always appreciate his wisdom and his insight, and just love to be associated with such a great individual, as well as all of his partners, just great people. So it's fun. I need to apologize. Trish was going to be on this call with me. For those of you that have seen the FAVAO team or the FAVAO trainers, I'm Jesse, and there's another wonderful trainer, Trish is her name, who happens to be my wife, and she's dynamite. She's absolutely fantastic. Our son was honored at a Boy Scout Court of Honor this evening, and so we were in attendance there, trying to be present in his life, and then ran out to take this call. So Trish really wanted to be a part of the call. She apologizes that she couldn't be with us, but I think everybody understands she needs to be with our son and our daughter tonight, participating in that. And so, all right, FAVAO recovery. Let me just circle back really quick on Limitless. I want to give you my take on it and why I'm so excited about this product. I'd like to talk about all the products, and we can do that at another time, but let's talk FAVAO Pro and FAVAO Limitless right now, and then we'll get to recovery. FAVAO Limitless, when I first found out about the development of this product, it was a number of months ago. I found out about it from our CEO, Aaron Garrity. He would tell me a little bit about it and what his vision of it was and what he wanted. And I got really excited. At the end of the day, I spend the majority of my time in a gym atmosphere or in a studio atmosphere working with clients all day long. And when I heard about it, I was really quite excited, very excited actually. And then a few months later, a few months down the road, when I got with product development and started to see what they were doing and what ingredients were going to be used and why, I'll be perfectly honest, you guys, I was a little bit discouraged. And I'll tell you the reason why. When we talked about this, we were looking at not just an energy product, but we were looking at pre-workout. And it's a very distinct market and a very distinct product that you segment for the pre-workout type product. And many of the ingredients that are typical to that type of product were not going to be included in Limitless. And I was frustrated. And the reason being is there's a definite immediate response that comes from those ingredients that were being excluded. And one that I looked at it and I stepped back and tried to look at it, I said, you know what? I don't know that this is going to work. And the reason I don't know that this is going to work is because consumers of pre-workout products, they want a certain experience, they want to feel a certain way, and they know what it feels like, and they get it from every other product in the market, and they're not going to get it, and I was bummed out. Bummed out is probably the only way to explain it. And all of that right up until I had the opportunity to use this product and see what it was really all about. And in my very narrow-minded view, I completely missed the big picture of what XANGO was really approaching with this product. They looked at it and said, okay, everybody else does it this way, but we're going to do it right. We're not going to put those ingredients in the product that are as harmful as they are potentially beneficial. We're going to keep it clean, we're going to keep it natural, but we're going to make it perform, and we're going to drive results from a product that performs through the correct healthy ingredients, and that's exactly what they did. Joe already went into a lot of the ingredients, so I won't go into it, but right, plenty of natural caffeine to give you the energy that you need. The GABA, which he mentioned, right, that neurotransmitter inhibitor, which actually drives relaxation and reduces stress. So if you think about it, you've got a product that's increasing alertness and attention and reducing stress and anxiety all at the same time. So it creates this amazing alertness, an amazing calming effect that really allows you to focus on the task at hand. And why I want to bring that up and why I think that's so important is because this isn't just for the athlete. It's not. Yes, it's for someone that's going to want to perform and take it to the next level. But this is for someone that just really wants to focus and be driven and is passionate about what they're doing and wants the extra energy to get through it. So this is a product that really is for everyone. That's why I love it, because it's not just for that athlete. It's really for everyone, and everybody can use this. Now, there is some caffeine, which is a bit of a stimulant. So if you have a heart condition, if you're pregnant, those type of things, right, it's going to increase your heart rate, which is normal from caffeine. So just be aware of that. But phenomenal product. If you haven't used it yet, you need to get a sample. That's all I'm saying. You need to put this one to the test. My personal opinion, right? I have certain products that I love in the XANGO lineup. There's certain products that I love. There's certain products, frankly, that I like. I like them all, but there's some that I really love. Body Cleanse is one of them. I think that product is top-notch, one of my favorites. Limitless, and again, this is my opinion, any other company out in the market right now would die to present Limitless as their flagship product. It's that good, and it performs that well. So get behind it, start using it, and get your group using it and your friends using it. It's a wonderful product. FAVAO Recovery. Joe mentioned a little bit about what's in it. We've got some branched-chain amino acids, leucine, isoleucine, and valine, amino acids that help with recovery, as well as the coconut water, and then the glutamine. Now, when we let's step back just for a minute. It can certainly be positioned as a recovery product. So post-workout, right? You go, you exercise, you perspire a lot, you're fatigued, right? Your body is broken down. You want to restore those electrolytes as quickly as possible. Sandy brought up a good point about her mother and as her mother got older, wanting to preserve electrolyte balance in her later years. The reality is, our muscles don't function without minerals, specifically calcium, but also potassium and sodium. Our muscle actually can't contract without calcium. Calcium is the mineral that tells the muscle fibers what to do and how to contract. It makes a little connection that allows muscle fibers to actually communicate with one another. When we're dehydrated, right, and a lot of us are, and there's primary, the majority of Americans are dehydrated. Over 80% of us are chronically dehydrated. We simply don't drink enough. And now, as we're starting to enter the warmer months of the year and enter the summer months, we're going to perspire more. It's very typical for the majority of us to actually be dehydrated. Well, what happens when we become dehydrated? We start to naturally lose those electrolytes, right? We sweat them out, we perspire them out, we flush them out. And our body needs them in order to function correctly. There are thousands and thousands of processes that are going on in our body every day that need the minerals in order to occur. And like I mentioned, muscle contraction is one of them. And so without those minerals, and when I say minerals, I mean potassium, sodium, calcium. Your body's not going to function correctly. The muscles aren't going to function correctly. This FAVAO PRO, the recovery product that's coming soon, replenishes or restores those minerals, right? Which is absolutely essential, not just for the athlete, right, but for everyone, especially, again, as we enter these warmer months. Now, you can compare it to some of the other recovery drinks that are out on the market. I'll be honest with you, in our facility and at our clinic, we don't offer any of those products to our clients. There's so much sugar added to the majority of those products that we would never offer it to them. The electrolytes are there, but the other ingredients that are in most of those products outweigh the benefits of what electrolytes they actually add. So I'm actually very, very excited about this product simply because it's something that I can confidently recommend and give to my clients at our large facility to keep them going, to help prevent the muscle spasm and the muscle cramping that typically occurs. And if any of you have experienced in the warmer months or through exercise a lot of muscle cramps and muscle spasms, that's 9 times out of 10, that's an issue of dehydration. And you need to restore that electrolyte balance, and that's what this recovery drink is all about. To do that, plus it brings in the branched-chain amino acids that actually allows your body to synthesize protein, right, to actually rebuild the muscle that you've broken down while you've been exercising. So once again, it's a product that, yes, is it targeted and does it work for the athlete? It does. But does it work for the everyday Joe? It absolutely does, because it restores those natural minerals that we're going to lose through daily activity and through the warmer months of the year. Not just the young athletes, right, but the older clientele as well. Sandy, is there, Collie, right, I guess I'm coming back to Collie. Collie, is there anything else specifically that you'd like to know about that product, or about Limitless, or about any of the other products that I could answer really quickly for some of your some in your group that have some questions out there?
Yeah, Jesse, thank you. Let me just real quickly, though, because we want to let you go and get back to your son. The question I had on the electrolyte, on the product that's coming, the recovery, because obviously we know that Gatorade was invented years ago as a recovery type of a product to replace electrolytes and all that. And, of course, it's so unhealthy with colors and artificial this, that, and the other thing. And there's so many things out there about Gatorade. But still, a lot of people just drink it recreationally. And so do you see that, like with Limitless, it was kind of, it touted a little bit at first to be, like you said, it's something that you take before a workout. But we got a lot of people on this line who are using it as a workout and getting some great results. But for myself, who I don't work out, but yet I'm experiencing life-changing results, it's incredible. So tell me about that with the recovery, what you're expecting or what you think you're going to see for the non-athlete, the person who's not using it to work out, who might want to use it for a recreational drink or just to replace electrolytes on a hot day when they're out doing something in the heat.
Well, exactly. That's exactly it, right? Like I mentioned, over 80% of the U.S. population, I'll just speak for the U.S. population, is chronically dehydrated, which means if they're dehydrated, they are already in an electrolyte imbalance, right? They've depleted, or their body has been depleted of those electrolytes. And so that I'm not talking about athletes. I'm talking about everyone. Right? And it's because we simply don't drink enough water and we don't eat the right foods. And so, yes, this product is perfect for that individual because it will restore those. Now, am I saying drink that instead of water? Of course I'm not. We need to start drinking more water. All of us do, right? 2+ liters a day, 3 liters if we can get it. But water doesn't carry those electrolytes. It doesn't replace any of it. And so the increase in water consumption with the recovery is going to be a phenomenal thing. And I guarantee you'll be able to feel and see benefits. Is it going to be dramatic? Is it going to be amazing? No. But you'll feel better. You'll just feel better, and you'll have more energy. That's the nature of rehydrating and restoring those electrolytes. You'll have more energy, and you'll feel better. And your body, your skeletal muscles will feel better because they need those electrolytes to function correctly. And I'm not talking, again, about performance and athletic events or anything like that. I'm talking about daily activities, walking up and down the stairs, or in Sandy's place, going shopping, right? She uses a lot of muscles when she goes shopping, trying on all those clothes. She's going to need to restore those electrolytes and stay hydrated in order to just function and feel better. And frankly, brain activity all of that will be benefits of restoring hydration and restoring those electrolytes and keeping a nice, healthy balance that way.
Awesome, Jesse. Thank you. I'd love to keep you around for Q&A and all that, but you need to get to your son, and we appreciate you taking a few moments out to share with us tonight. Give Trish our love, and we appreciate you both. Thank you so much.
Well, I appreciate it. Invite me back. I'd love to be back on the call again and talk about all these supplements again with everyone.
Oh, absolutely. We're definitely going to have the Jess and Trish team come back as soon as we get recovery launched, and then you can really talk about the full pro line. So thanks, Jesse.
Sounds great. All right. Thanks so much.
All right. So now we are going to hear from some people who are having some really amazing product experiences. And I guess I might as well just start with my own. Now, I actually heard about Limitless with Ed and Sandy Cohen and with another group of leaders in Las Vegas when Joe Morton and Scott Smith had come down to spend some time with us, and they let us know about it before it was going to launch. And as soon as I heard it, I didn't think workout. Now, you know, Sandy's a gym rat, and she can tell you her experiences there. I have no excuse other than I just don't like working out. I like to dance. I like to rollerblade, and I will do those things, but as far as a daily, everyday, spending a half an hour just intentionally sweating and working those muscles, it's just not something I've ever been able to find myself get into. But I didn't hear that. When I heard about the product, some people there heard workout product, and that's not for the masses, but I heard the masses because as they talked about what this does, stimulating our neurons, I knew that this is something that was going to help absolutely everyone. I couldn't wait to try the product. As soon as it came, opened it up, took it right away. Within 10 minutes, I had the sensation come over me already, first of all, folks, Elevate changed my life. Many of you know my testimony years ago after having gone through a whole lot of stress and a whole lot of stuff in the past. Elevate just totally gave me my life back again, made my brain function normally again, gave me my energy back, gave me feelings of, well-being and all of that stuff. But Limitless kicked it up to a higher degree than I've ever experienced before. And so I have a hard time getting up in the morning, and a lot of people know I'm not a morning person. I don't like morning three-ways. I don't like morning conference calls. Usually if anyone asks me for an appointment, I say I'm available anytime between noon and whatever time it is that day. And I work late, by the way. I'll work till 2 or 3 in the morning. So that's part of the reason. But I have a hard time getting going in the morning. So I put some in my drink in a water bottle, in a I think I have a 12-ounce water bottle. I fill it like halfway up with water, put in my Limitless, shake it up, set it on my nightstand, wake up in the morning, take it. Normally I would go back to sleep for a little while, and instead I lay there feeling really good, like I'm about to fall asleep, and then all of a sudden every sense in my being wakes up and my brain starts thinking about all the things I'm going to accomplish that day, and pretty soon I get excited and I just jump out of bed so I can start accomplishing these things that my brain's thinking about. So it's just been amazing. And I thought about another market, about a whole lot of people out there in this world that we live in today that either medicate through prescription drugs to feel better or self-medicate because, you know, with energy drinks to get more energy or with whatever it is so that they can feel better. And I'm excited, folks. I think we are going to change the world with this product, and it's just a door opener to all the rest of the FAVAO line, to all of the XANGO line, the Glimpse line. I mean, we're just opening the door to a whole new world of health and wellness and abundance in every way, including financially, of course. And that's why I'm so excited about it. So we have, I'd love to get little sample things, but you know what? If you just have, you can go to Costco and buy those little 8-ounce bottles of water and put some scoops in there and sample it away. I know it's not going to go in the mail as easy, and so you have to get creative with that until we can talk the company into sample packs, which I totally agree we need to do because this is life-changing. So I don't know who's all unmuted yet, and I think I'm just going to kind of go in order here, and we'll close with Sandy. But I'm going to go in order here with those that I see in the chat room that said they'd be willing to share tonight. So Eileen, if you are ready, we'd love to hear your story.
Yes, Collie, thank you so much. I am here, and I'm very excited about Limitless. And let me tell you what happened with me. I kind of like you. I do not like to work out, but I play tennis, and I love to play tennis. And so I do get up early in the morning to do that, and because it's getting warmer here in Phoenix, it's about 85 to 90 on the court. The last time we played, it was about 85 to 90 on the court, and by the end of the set that I play, and I run a lot on the court, so I'm usually bushed, really. And so I've been bringing my XANGO bottle, filling it up with water, leaving a little bit of XANGO in the bottom of it, and that's what I've been taking to the court. And I put my Limitless into my XANGO bottle. I shook it up, and I kept drinking it through the matches. And after I played three sets, in about 85 to 90 degrees, I was just as fresh as if I was just going on the court, and that is amazing. That was really amazing. And you know, sometimes I'm just wiped, and come home, take a shower, and I'm refreshed, and then I go back to work. But I didn't have that happen at all. I mean, I was just like I was just getting on the court. It was just amazing to me. So I think this product is phenomenal. I really do. I'm very, very excited about it. So,
you know, that's exciting, and I bet you're really excited for recovery to come out too, especially playing tennis in Phoenix.
You bet. You bet. I can't wait for that. And I'm trying to take the Limitless. I don't know if I could take both. I should have asked that to Jessie. Can you take one before and then one after?
Absolutely. That's how it was originally designed for people who are working out. Take one before and get your workout, and one after to recover.
I'm going to be. Yeah. I'm going to be flying.
Yes, you are.
Because I felt good afterward. I was recovered with the Limitless. I'm going to be flying, folks. I can't wait to try that one. I'm going to be just, you know, over the edge. I'm very, very excited. Yeah, and it's not like a caffeinated drink because I wouldn't be able to play tennis if it was. I didn't. My heart was not pounding. I just felt great. I just felt great. So, yeah, I'm
awesome.
real excited about it. Very excited about it.
Thank you so much for sharing.
By the way, I won 6-2, 6-2, and 6-1. So that was pretty good.
Awesome! Good for you. I should have asked. That's awesome. Of course, I already knew you're a tennis pro, except when you're playing with Eddie, right?
Yeah, I love to play with Eddie. He's great. He's just a lot of fun to be around. Yeah, it's great.
Awesome. Cheryl Love, I invited you to be on. Are you on the line with us?
I am here. Can you hear me?
Awesome. Yes, we can.
Well, great. I'm ecstatic about Limitless, I'll tell you that. I work out regularly, but I usually limit myself to no more than 45 minutes because by the end of that I'm like, okay, I've had enough. Because I don't do it because I love it. I do it because I know I have to and I need to and all that. But the first day of Limitless, I put it in my shake in the morning. And at first I didn't feel anything. I'd heard some of the people say, oh, wow, in 10 minutes. And I thought, well, But I went ahead and I went to work out. And 30 minutes on the treadmill, I was still going. And I thought, oh, wow, I never do this long on the treadmill. And 45 minutes later at a elevation of 5 or 50% up, I was doing a 3.5-mile minute and going, oh, my gosh, I've never done this. And when I was done, I could have gone more. It was like I didn't want to stop. I felt wonderful. I didn't feel tired. I didn't feel stressed. I didn't feel bored. I was just going. And so the second day I said, well, let's see. Maybe that was a fluke. Then I did it the second day, and it was exactly the same. And I went longer at a higher elevation and at the faster speed. And literally just breezed through my workout. An hour later, I was like, oh, there's nothing else to do? Gee, I'm still ready to go. So it was wonderful. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Cheryl, thank you so much. That's amazing. I've heard a lot of those kind of stories, too. I've seen them on Facebook of people who do the same workout in the same amount of time but accomplish so much more. And, wow, that's exciting. Tom Ferrier, are you with us? You may have to unmute yourself, Mr. Ferrier. Or did you call in on the speaker code? All right, I can see Tom in the chat room. So, Tom, I'll just give you the speaker code to call back in on. It's 5734. In case you have the wrong one there, I apologize. So we'll give you a second to come in, and I will go to Marlene Belingis.
Hi, everybody. So good to be here. Well, my first experience with Limitless, Carol gave me a sample. We go to church in the morning at 8, and we have a morning social group, and she came in with an 8-ounce water bottle, and she just said to me, okay, take 2 gulps, and then she put the powder, the Limitless powder, and she shook it, and then we talked about it, and I totally was just immersed in the discussion, and then I said, oh, honey, Nick, take half and I'll take half. But Nick drank it without really shaking it again, and so I think, looking back, what happened is he got the top portion, but most of the residue of the Limitless was the 1/2 that I drank. Well, let me tell you, we came home at 10 in the morning, and I usually do my work, computer, email, phone calls, and I worked straight until 11:30 in the evening. And sometimes, if I sleep really late, I would take a nap in the afternoon for like an hour or so. This time, I only took a break by eating my meal number 3, and my meal number 4, and my meal number 5. That's it. Work straight. My power of concentration was just so amazing. And at 11:30, I still wanted to put my leads and my contact list. But I said, I really should just stop right now. So I went upstairs, and I have this habit of bringing my iPhone. and I wanted to sleep, but then I couldn't. I still had so much energy. And I have the CNN app on my iPhone, so I read all the news on CNN. And then it wasn't enough. I read all the news on my USA Today app, and I probably slept at about 2 o'clock in the morning. But what was so amazing was the next day, I did not drink any, but I could still feel the energy. And I am one of those people that in 10 or 15 minutes, I really felt something different. Now, Nick is not here, but I'm going to tell you what happened to him. He said that he did not feel anything. But the following day, he was cooking at the kitchen. And what was so amazing when I asked, what are you cooking? It's my favorite noodles, a recipe, that every time I ask him to cook that, he would say, oh, it takes a lot of time. There's so many ingredients to prepare. So without being asked to do it, and then he said, I think it's the Limitless. And so, of course, I was afraid to take a full ounce or a full dose the next day because I felt like maybe I'm not going to sleep, but that did not happen. So now I take it in the morning after my breakfast, and I still go all the way without too much rest. But the power of concentration and being able to do the task at hand is just so amazing. And I felt like you're unstoppable, aside from being limitless. So thanks for allowing me to share my experience.
Thank you so much, Marlene. That's absolutely awesome. And yes, I'm quite certain that that's what motivated Nick to do that is the Limitless for sure. I find a lot of people are getting really motivated to do things they haven't done in a long time. Tom Ferry, are you on the speaker line with us now?
I am. Can you hear me now?
We can. Awesome.
Okay. Thank you for allowing me to come back in on the right line this time. Kali, it always amazes me. We've continued over and over and over again to see products where people get tremendous results in so many areas. And I keep wondering, how can they make another product where we get more results? And they continue to. And it's just amazing to me. And, of course, the Limitless, I was down there on April 16th when it came out. And, of course, Will Call didn't have it in yet. And I went, oh, well, when is it going to be in? And they said, well, I think Thursday it's going to be here. And I'm going, Thursday? Come on, guys, we got to hurry up. So I left with my other products. And on Wednesday, on the 18th, I had heard that another friend of mine had stopped by Will Call, and he got some. And I ran down there that afternoon. It was already getting close to 5 o'clock, and he had said, oh, you got to try it, Tom. You just got to try it. And I went, okay, I want to. And so I took one of those short little bottles like you were talking about, Kali, and along with me, and I walked back out to my truck, and I actually timed this. Looking at my iPhone, I'm going, okay, it's 5:11. And, of course, I was trying to get the scoop in the bottle, and a little bit fell on the console there, and I'm sort of licking it off the console so I don't waste any of it. And people laugh at that, but it's about the truth. You don't want to lose any of it because it's like precious gold almost. And so I was driving home strapped in, the seat belt and things, and I got 11 minutes down the road, and we only live 8 miles away from the corporate office, and all of a sudden my eyes it was boom. It was like my eyes just opened wide up, and of course I was listening to some upbeat music, and it got even more upbeat. And that got me excited, and when I got out of the truck, it was just like, I'm going here, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm thinking about this. The mind kept going and going and going. And it was awesome. And I was a little fearful because I didn't know anybody that had really taken it except for this one other person. And I was going, man, if I take this, I could be up all night. But you know what? I just slept more soundly, more dreams. You know, the Elavive, just like you said, Collie, it's a great product, the Elavive, and this is like a notch higher than that. And it is a fantastic problem to have, that it's that good. Anyway, it is that good, and we're encouraging people to, you know, don't just buy one. They've still got 3 for a special price of $75. Go get 3. You're going to love it, and you're going to want to share it with others. Thanks, Collie.
Thank you so much, Tom. Boy, that's really exciting, and I want everyone to know I've known Tom for how long now? 40 years?
At
40
least.
some years. I'm giving away both our ages a little bit, but I've never heard him this excited about anything before. He called me not too long after he tried that Limitless, and Collie, I got to tell you, I just tried the Limitless. It's amazing. He was so excited. So it really is, folks. It's fantastic. Sandy, I don't know how many other people that you might have that I was not aware of that wanted to share, and I also don't know if you'd like me to show them where the recorded stuff is on the blog before you share so that you can share in closing. I know you and Eddie are going to share. Did you have anyone else that I didn't call on yet?
Not sure. I think everybody, if anybody is on the line that would love to share, please speak up now, or Eddie or Collie will show everyone, because I'm getting so many emails, Collie. People seem to be so confused. It's amazing that they don't know that we archive the calls. You go to so much trouble to make sure they're archived, and yet people don't know where to find it. So maybe you could go over that with everyone while they're on the line, and then Eddie and I can share our story of what happened to us last week with Limitless.
All right, perfect. I will do that. I've got up on the screen now the 500K Plan blog. This is the best place to go to get information on Video Max Pro, Life as It Could Be, the 500K Plan, IRS tax breaks, basically everything out there worth knowing. We try to put it on the blog. But there is this section right here in the featured articles. It's always going to be next week's speakers on both the Life as It Could Be webinar as well as, but this one, as you see, free live webinars. If you click there, you'll go to this page. If you just go to weekly webinars, there's 2 things you could do. One is a drop-down box, and if you see that, there's 2 boxes. One says 500K Plan Webinar Archives. The other one is Life as It Could Be Webinar Archives. Now, Life as It Could Be are opportunity calls we've been doing for about the past month or so now, 30-minute opportunity calls. Joe Morton was our guest this evening. It was fantastic. It'll be recorded and available tomorrow. And the opportunity webinars are also being loaded into the Video Max Pro system so that you can send a video presentation of whatever presentation you like the best to a prospect and be able to track them. And the other one, of course, the 500K Plan is about training. So you can go there and remember to hit the drop down and go find them. Or if you just click on the weekly webinars, which is what that post takes you to, or if you go to 500kplanwebinars.com, you'll also get the same page because I have it pointed here. And what this one basically does is it explains what every webinar is, what the Tuesday night 6 o'clock ones are, what the 7 o'clock are, and then we have our schedule for the next month of who's going to be with us. So next week on our Life as It Could Be Opportunity webinar, we have Candy Webb, who will be doing the business opportunity with XANGO. And if you haven't heard her, or if you have heard her, you know that she knocks it out of the park every single time. And then we have 100K Premier Mary Spolstra, who will be giving us training on the 500K Plan webinar. So you can always look ahead and see who the trainers are. And of course, I'll do a special post and put it on the blog. But also, it shows you right in here that click here for the archives. So your archives are listed in many different places. You can find them, but you definitely want to go because right here in the Life as It Could Be archives already. And these, remember, they're 30-minute, give or take 3 or 4, opportunity messages. And last week we had 20K and 20-year-old Ivan McGrew, who was amazing. You got any college-age students or anyone under 30, you definitely want to send them to Ivan's presentation. Trish Allen presented the FAVAO Lifestyle Program the week before. Ray Heron was the week before that on the opportunity of a lifetime. Robin Webb was the week before that. And then if we get into the 500K Plan archives, the list goes on and on and on because we've been recording these for, I believe, 5 months now. So you just keep scrolling until you find what you want. So that's the #1 place to go. The only other place that I'll tell you about is Facebook, we definitely have the communities on Facebook, and I'll show them to you very quickly. We have the 500K plan at facebook.com/500K plan. And on that Facebook page, we will tell you what the next 500K plan webinar will be. And there'll be all information related to the 500K plan. We also have facebook.com/life as it could be for you, the number 4, the letter U, life as it could be for you. And that will have all of our life as it could be information. We also have facebook.com/VideoMaxPro and facebook.com/MyFAVAO. So go to those pages, like them, you'll be plugged in. Anytime anything is posted on those pages, they'll appear and you'll be notified through your Facebook if you use Facebook, and that's a really great way to stay connected. So with that, I would like to turn the last of the time over to Eddie and Sandy to give us their testimonials and close us up for the night.
Oh, thank you, Colleen. Thank you for all you do with keeping people connected through the World Wide Web. So let me give the phone to Ed so he can share the story. Hang on.
Which story am I supposed to tell? The story about Phoenix? Okay, not this weekend, but the weekend before. We did the Ultimate Women's Expo in Phoenix. It was a 2-day event, Saturday and Sunday. We arrived on Thursday evening and had to set up, and it was exhausting, as big trade shows are. 25,000 women, that could exhaust you in itself, but I had to keep Herb Cohen and Lou Desert's company and keep them away from the expo, so we kept ourselves busy. But then it came to Sunday. We had to pack up the show, which is always also a problem and exhausting. And we had to drive back from Phoenix to Las Vegas. And normally I would get sleepy. I don't like to drive during the night anymore, but usually get drowsy. I took a cap full of Limitless mixed in some XANGO, which is the way I take it, and God, I was ready to drive. After driving 325 miles, I was ready to drive 325 more. Just wasn't sleepy. We didn't get home till roughly 2 o'clock in the morning, and it was fantastic. So Limitless kept me awake, but it also kept Sandy awake. And Sandy is a notorious sleeper in the car. I mean, she very bad company when we drive cross country because she sleeps and I drive. But she was awake the whole 5.5 to 6 hours. It's really a wonderful product, and we're going to be using it all the time. That's my story, and believe me, I'm going to stick to it.
That's awesome, Eddie. Thank you.
Okay, back to you, Colleen, to close the call, and thank you, everyone. And I think everybody, if you think about our products, my goodness, we're reversing our biological clocks. We're all looking younger, feeling better. Saturday night, we went to dinner at a show, and all 6 of us, Richard and Carol O'Brien was there, Cheryl and Lou Deserts were there, Eddie and I were there. And I don't know, I tried today to calculate how many pounds we've all lost, but hundreds of pounds. We're all looking better than we have probably in 2 decades. So over to you, Kali, and share the stories, because there are other people out there that would also love to feel, look great, and live longer.
Well, actually, I was already done for the night, Sandy, so thank you for closing us up. I typed in the chat room to see if there was anyone else that wanted to share, and I didn't hear anything back, so hopefully we're not leaving anyone out. And the next time we have a call on FAVAO Pro line will be when the recovery product launches. And then we're going to have Jesse and Trish, the team, come on and train us on it, and they'll be able to stick around to the end for some questions. Vivian is asking a question about, can we put a scoop of Limitless into our protein shake with the fiber? I say, why not? I don't know if it's going to be as effective, but there's no reason why you can't do that. But Vivian, why don't you do that and let us know how it works out for you. And if you want to know more, if anybody has any other questions, then when we do that webinar, which will probably be in about a month, we'll be able to ask more questions of our FAVAO pros. So with that, I will wish everyone a good night. Thank you all for joining us again, and we'll see you on the next webinar. Bye-bye, everyone. Good night.